Hello, everyone. I'm coming to you from Pennsylvania today on this beautiful Wednesday. My name's Monica Schneider, and I am a Gold Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. I have faithfully been with Plexus for 5 years, and Jill had asked me to do my testimony. So my testimony is huge. I'm going to try to fit it in 5 minutes. But story of the years prior to Plexus was I was diagnosed with autoimmune disorders, mixed connective tissue disorder, and dysautonomia. Mixed connective tissue disorder is a combination of many um, autoimmune disorders, but the lupus is the primary. And on top of that, I have Hashimoto's, Sjogren's, arthritis, fibromyalgia, suffered with IBS. If I went to the bathroom, forgive me, if I went poop one time a month, I was thrilled. And everybody in the household knew it. My kids all got texts. Um, but I started Plexus for weight loss originally because I didn't know what Plexus was. I had not really heard of it, knew nothing about gut health, didn't know the connection between autoimmune and gut health. So I started for weight loss, and I joined my niece, and I did lose weight. I lost like 30 pounds. But what I started noticing was my flares from my autoimmune were getting less and less. I didn't spend a lot of time in the bathroom, sleeping in the bathroom, attached to a blood pressure monitor, debating whether or not to go to the emergency room because we just could not get my blood pressure down. And I would have those 3 to 4 times a week, and those were coming down. My blood pressure, I've had a stroke, and my blood pressure would go up to 240 over 180 and come down sometimes just as fast. And even though I was on 4 different blood pressure medications, they were unable to get that under control. So if I went to the doctor, my blood pressure was high. They're like, "Oh, your pressure is high." And I'm like, "Oh, no, that's normal for me." Um, like I said, I started with a triplex. So I've been on Plexus for 5 years, and I have been able to come off of, when I started Plexus, I was on 32 pills a day. 32 actual medication pills a day. Now, some of them were like, I take them 3 times a day or whatever, but 32 pills a day. And through the years of Plexus, I noticed, first thing I noticed was that my bathroom visits were getting regular. My kids got tired of all my texts I was sending them. I pooped today. They were in school and they're like, "Mom, this is getting old after every single day." Excuse me. But then I started noticing that I was able to come off my sleep medication. I started feeling better, and the weight started coming off. I started craving healthier foods. I wanted to eat better. I was able to walk long distances before I was in a wheelchair in order to walk through the mall. So, all those years that I prayed and prayed and prayed for God to either take me or find an answer, find a cure. I was told at one point, if I lived to be another 5 years, they would be surprised, because they just could not get answers and they could not control anything. So, fast forward from being on Plexus, y'all, I am off. Well, it's better to say I take 9 pills a day. I have had 2 sisters that have had strokes, so I don't play around with my blood pressure. So 3 of those are blood pressure medicine. But every time I go to the doctor, my blood pressure is like 117 over 73. And I'm like, whose arm are you checking? Because it's not mine. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled to see that number. I am thrilled to be able to walk my dog 2 miles. I am thrilled. And I thank God he didn't take me. I thank God my babies still have a mother, and I am a grandmother. Um, I will always be grateful to Plexus. I will always be on these products. Of course, through the years, I've tried different things. I've fallen in love with different things, but the triplex was my go-to. That's what started this journey for me. That's where I will continue on this journey. Um, my cholesterol's down, my blood sugar, I'm no longer pre-diabetic. I, like I said, have normal blood sugar or blood pressure, and I actually went to the doctor and had blood work because I do that every 3 months. And she came in the office and she said, "Your lupus isn't showing." And I said, "Well, what do you mean it's not showing?" And she said, "It's not on the blood work." And she says, "It's there. Sometimes it shows and sometimes it doesn't." She said, "But right now," I said, "Well, what does that mean exactly?" I'm trying to wrap my head around it's not there. And I said, "Does that mean I'm in remission?" She said, "Yeah. Yeah, you have no inflammation." My inflammation was through the roof. I was on steroids, chemo drugs, all of this medication I was able to come off of because of Plexus. And that is why we share. That's why we invite you guys to these groups. Get with the person that invited you. Ask them more questions. If you have more questions, ask me. I am an open book. I will answer anything that you throw my way. I hope everybody has a great weekend.